Hello? Hello? Alright. Hey guys. Hey, alright, everything's up and running. It looks like took me a little bit of a setup. Um, but I am going to do a continuation of my painting. Right? I got these lovely, lovely axes, and I've talked with who ordered them, so I actually have a scheme in mind for the axe head, and we're gonna just work with it and see how it goes. But I don't think we're gonna get that far today. Honestly, I don't think we're gonna get that far today. I think we are going to be able to get um, the bone color to a reasonable state, right? That's what I think we're gonna get. A little bit of background. I live in a very hot place, and I have a lot of lights on to try and see properly with so I can see the colors like pop and stuff. So it's incredibly hot in my garage coming up into May. Uh, so I do have two fans going. I have two fans going. And I think I just got one of these fans. It's called a swamp cooler. It's like not it's like AC, but not really. Um it's you put water in it, and it's a fan, and then you put ice packs in it, and then it like it it cool the ice packs cool the water, which the air flows over, which cools the air. So it's slowly cooling down my entire um, room. But I have to have the door closed, and I really should wear my protective gear. So if you guys are having trouble hearing me, make sure to say something. I will go back and review it, the video as well, to see like how bad the sound is. Well, actually, I can do that. Oh, I can do that in OBS. Hold on. I'm sorry. I am getting familiar with the program again, and it's come a long way since I last streamed regularly. So there's like a lot of stuff that it can do now that I don't even know about, right? Hold on, let me just check. Test 1 2. I'm a little muffled. I am. That should be better. I was a little muffled. I turned myself up several decibels. Alright. Alright. Oop. Did not. Just needed to readjust. Did not mean to punch my microphone. Alright, wow, I really used a lot of this shit. I need gloves. I need gloves. sound like Darth Vader. Yes. I guess there's not really much I can do about the Darth Vader sound, the echoey sound. Just because the mic positioning and everything, there's still a little bit in here. Alright. But we're gonna test our airbrush first with airbrush cleaner, and we will then just make sure that everything's running okay, because when we left off last time, everything was running okay, but things could have dried up in there. I thought I cleaned it pretty well, honestly, but things could have dried up inside there too. Alright. Oh, nope. Flow's good. You can see it's blowing. Yeah. Just airbrush cleaner, so I don't care about the fan. I don't know if you can see that. But I can. It's shooting very well. Alright. And what was the ratio we decided on last time? 75-25 for thinner? I think it was 75-25 for thinner. I think it needs one more coat each, and then we can move to the yellow colors, the yellow coloring, and then we'll get into the browns. And that's it. Alright. Oh, son of a bitch. Depth perception, why do you fail me? Let that dry while I mix some more paint. It's I think I'm gonna need to go over like one more coat of the whole thing, but because there's some oddly dark spots, I don't know if you can see. I mean, you can see this right here, how the color is different. Oh no, that light doesn't turn on. Hold on. I shall make it turn on. There we go. A little bit more light. But you can see right here the dark spots, and then it's kind of all over, like here, I don't know if you can see that. So there's like dark spots, discoloration all over it. So I'm trying to get a whole coat, whole new coat. $75.25. That's what we're shooting for. So you just mix it in. Oh, airbrush that. Is this the wrong white? This is the wrong white. Jesus. Airbrush tip that I just recently learned. You do not mix paint in your pot. Do not mix it in here because it fucks up the ratio. And paint will get dry in there and stuck in there, and you're just you're up shit's creek if you're fucking mixing it in there. Okay. I really hope I get what the results that I want off of this because I'm out of that bloodline color. Like there's almost none left. I think I might get another half. Whoop, out of it. But there's barely anything left. So I kind of hope that this one does what I want it to, you know? I hope this does what I want it to. Alrighty. While that other one dries, get a full pot, and we'll start painting in just a second. So put the lid on. Fuck yeah. Alright. Let's see. I might have to turn off that fan. I do little circles whenever I'm painting stuff like this. I just sort of circle my way down whatever I'm trying to do. I don't do crisp lines. But when you're putting on base coats like this, it's not as necessary when you're just trying to get a full cover of paint, right? I saw a camera in Best Buy and I almost got it. I was like, oh man, for this hobby, I might as well go all out and get me a very good camera. So I almost I almost got it. I the price was like $200, and I was like, I can't justify that right now for a fucking hobby. Although I I spend a lot of money on my hobbies, obviously. Because I bought all this paint, airbrush, all that shit. I'll let this one dry. What temperature is it in here? 75? Uh-oh. Glad all this shit's off the ground. What the fuck is happening? My swamp cooler. It's leaking. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I got water all in here. I need a better plug. That's what I need. It's just leaking a little bit. But we're gonna turn it off cool and just turn it on fan. Because the water's leaking everywhere. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'll have to investigate afterwards. Oh no! Ugh, everything's dripping everywhere. But, oh wait, I wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to talk to you about how magic works in LARPs, right? So, da 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 da. Oh, da 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 da. These are spell packets. And the reason I'm talking about these is that, whenever you're casting a spell in a LARP situation, I can take this mask off.
While that shit dries. Oh god. Oh my goodness. That's so much better. That's so much better. I think, hold on. I'm so smart. 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 Wait, I'll turn this. Wait, it's the same thing. Never mind. Ow. But spell packets are how you invoke a magical effect, and then you're like, I want to do a lightning bolt at somebody. You pick it up, you say your incantation. By the powers of the thunder gods, I cast lightning ball. And you throw it, hit it, and it does the effect, whatever lightning ball does in this made-up scenario. So you can make them in several different ways. Uh, and the reason that I'm talking about this is because me and my partner made these packets, so I am really excited to talk about them. Um, so a normal spacket, oh no, it was spacket, spell packet, spacket. Um, a normal spell packet is circular, or not circular, spherical, with a little tail on the end. So it helps it fly better. Ugh. And um, you throw them, they're fine. You take about a shot glass worth of bird seed, not rice, bird seed. You put it inside fabric. I think the dimensions are 6 inches, 6 by 6, like a 6 by 6 little square of fabric. Put it in the center. You can put it in a cookie sheet. Wrap it up. Then wrap a little rubber band. These are clear, so you won't be able to see them, but wrap a rubber band around the tail to give it the pack it in nice, right? But what we did, we made what are called bullet packets. Hold on. Sorry, someone's at the door. um, but these are called bullet packets, and these are rectangular in nature. Um, the reason that they're called bullet packets is because whenever you throw them, they have a smaller surface area, so you feel them a lot harder whenever you take one. But bullet packets are kind of a lost art. Like, people don't make these anymore. I think all the people who knew how to make them just stopped LARPing or moved to different LARPs or something like that, because I never see them anymore. I never see people talk about them on LARP forums, or they don't and I couldn't even find a picture to show people what I was describing, because people were like, what are you talking about, bullet packets? And so what you do is you take a smaller, a rectangular piece of fabric, right? What we used was, ultimately what we settled on was somewhere between 2.5 and 2 3/4 inches wide, and then you sew along the inside, making a little pocket. You turn it inside out, so the seams are inside, obviously. Then you take your shot glass worth of bird seed, dump it in here, tie it off, same as a regular spacket. But according to LARP lore, these packets will fly farther, and when you hum them, they go faster. Like, it is like they're the superior packet. And I've played with them before. I've just never made them. And I would say that they are a superior packet to your standard LARP packet. These are over-engineered standard LARP packets. These were our first attempts at the bullet packet. But we made it too long. We made it 3 inches versus the 2 and something inches. Like, it turns out to be about half the size of a over-engineered packet. But we sewed these on the inside too, so these should be very sturdy. You can sew them up if you want to. These fly very good. You can beam them, and when you're death blossoming, you can stick them to either side, so you get a wonky death blossom, but you can hold a lot more packets when you fit 2 packets in the same um, slot basically. Like I think I can get up I think I can get up to 18 packets in this hand. Um, like 16 was my max, but I didn't I when I was testing it, but I didn't stuff until I started dropping packets. So yeah, so I think I can get 18, maybe 20. But when the standard Death Blossom is like 12 packets, you know, you can you can fire more spells. It's just boom, boom, boom without having to reach into your pockets and like your bags and getting out more packets and refilling your supplies and stuff like that, and they're just in your hand, just boom, boom, boom. Um, yeah, let me turn this cooler. Let me move it first of all. I'm gonna move it, and I'm gonna move this. Ugh. Away over here. Move this off of all that water, blowing on my paint that needs to dry. Still, I'm looking at it. It's still not dry. Thank you. Thank you. Let me put this chair away. Oh, oh no. Never mind, I got it stuck instead. I just gotta move these wires. Ugh. And there. That chair's in. I'm a little hot. I need to get a drink. I'm just gonna walk away for just a second and get some water because I am parched. I'll be right back, guys. Hold on. Hello, guys. Back. Drinks of Champions. What I can do right now is start working on this other project that I kind of was cooking up. So in my LARP, right, there are people. Obviously, there are people who don't know what's going on, and I feel like I've talked about this before, but our LARP is a very D&D inspired LARP, and I am a dragonkin who just so happens to be a follower of Tiamat, and and that's where my magic powers come from. Other dragons have their magic powers come from, their dragon lineage, like sorcerers or um, stuff like that, or through the power of their own intellect, like wizards. um, and so, but my powers come from Tiamat, the Nine Hells, and Avernus, specifically. So I wanted to make an Avernus styled box to hold my treasure hoard in, or at least to hold some of it, right? And so I was given this box by a friend, and I'm going to try and make something out of it. This is foam clay. You get it at Michael's or most other craft store. And it's fairly cheap, like $5. And you can when it dries, it becomes light and depending on what kind of density you get, soft to the touch. The cheaper ones usually are harder, so if you're making weapons, I wouldn't advise putting foam clay on them in the striking areas, because it gets hard and also brittle, so you can like break it by just smacking somebody with it. Ooh, that's rough. Let me wet that surface real quick. So when you're working with foam clay, you want to wet the surface, wet your hand, so it sticks, and then you can sort of rub it and smooth it out and get it to work for you. But I think we're gonna make this covered in eyes, sort of, maybe, and this sort of like teeth, so kind of like a living creature per se, as a like a mimic, or something like that. Probably I'd call it something more inspired by Avernus, so a hellspawn or something. I'm not exactly sure what I would call it, but oh god, good thing I have a second tub of foam clay, because I've already kind of worked this down to a layer which I am comfortable with. I don't want to make it any thinner per se, because I still gotta make the eyes. Alright, there we go. Make sure that it opens, and we'll get back to the painting in a second. That shit's still not dry, unfortunately. I think I'll be able to put one more coat on it. The last coat, I was kind of hoping I'd be able to get some yellow on there, but I do have to cook dinner soon-ish, because it's 7:45. Yeah. Just open it up. Have a little Sprite. I can kind of already see what I'm gonna do with this. can kind of see it. I want there to be 1, 2, 3, or no, not there. Ah, clip it off. Clip it off. And when you're working with foam clay, I think the best thing to work on is organic shapes, because it's easier to say, oh, that's supposed to be what it looks like, when you fuck up. 4 or 3. 4, and actually 5 eyes and maybe a couple of mouths. 4, 5. I think those are the eyes. These are the eye areas, and then maybe a mouth right here, here, and here. So just sort of build this area up a little bit so that I can come in and make some eyes in these areas. It kind of look like pancakes. I don't know. But then we gotta make the mouth. Oop, that's so long. Let me cut that in half, and then in half again. I'm thinking a mouth right here. And a mouth kinda right here. And a big old mouth this way. Alright, so we're gonna smooth some of this out. So to smooth out foam clay, you just get some water in your hand and you just sort of rub it all over, and it will smooth out. There we go. Alright, very Harry Potter of me. Alright. Yeah, let's get a ridge defined. Yeah. A very fleshy book. Or chest. And if I can manage it, I'm going to make the eyes the chromatic colors of the dragons, the chromatic dragons. Yeah, 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 I like that line. I like that line right there. You can use any kind of like clay tools that you want to use with foam clay to shape it. But I do not own clay tools. What I own are different size brushes. And I'll be using those to shape this up a little bit. All right, there we go. Sort of pinch it in. Get some of that detail. Where's that lip? There it is. It's a little too exaggerated. There we go. And then you can always come back in with water and always come back in with water to smooth things out. But we're trying to get this lip shaped up right here. Actually, that looks kind of like an eye, but it's gonna be a mouth. It's gonna be a mouth. There we go. There we go. Let's get a little water in there. This brush, yeah. Just sort of brush it in there. Get that. Hunk. There we go. Oh, oh, don't ruin it. Don't ruin it. Yeah. There we go. Maybe that'll be an eye instead. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Because I was thinking an eye kind of like this. Big one right here. I don't know if you can see this. Because it's kind of white on white. But when I dig out the clay, it'll, yeah, one like this. Just sort of placed the wrong way. And get some of that clay out of there, and then we'll just sort of dig it up with something. Uh, dig it. If I had a scooper or a spoon, maybe I can get like a plastic spoon or something. Because this is getting. I could always wait for it to dry and then. Yeah. That might be the strat. That might be the strat. Wait for it to dry. Dig it out. But we're going to try. We're going to try to dig out some of this foam that we will use to bulk up other areas. What if they're all mouths? What if they're all mouths, guys? What if they're all mouths instead of eyes? Um, no, I guess the mouth could go inside. I don't know. I don't know. I think these should be eyes. I guess is what I'm trying to talk myself out of doing eyes because I don't do eyes very often. What the music stop? That's weird. I just realized that the music stopped. Let me go over here. So we're gonna dig. Oh, sorry. Dig out these eyes. Probably use this clay to make the ball, right? Oh. Whew. Maybe. Excuse me. Sorry. Sorry. Can move this a little bit closer so I can actually see what I'm doing. Yeah. I actually watched. I know this is kind of off topic, but I've watched the first episode of season 5 of The Boys, and I was like very, very interested in what's gonna happen. Like very invested. They did a very good job. Good episode 1, I feel. Except, I know this is gonna sound weird. I think that Kimiko should have remained silent. Like her presence, her voice it's not distracting. That's the wrong word. Her entire characterization changed when she regained her voice, which, you know, writers can do what writers can do, but I thought Kimiko was very cool. I liked her character as it was. And I don't know. I just didn't like the change. Oh, come on. Get out of there. And then I don't know, Annie's characterization from season 1, or like from season 1 to 5, like I get her character change. Like I understand it intellectually. Like she's been to hell and back, but oh my god. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. Give me some water. Give me a little bit of water. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Oh, yeah. But yeah, no. It's like, I mean, get where Annie's coming from. I don't know. And her and Frenchie's relationship, it felt like in season 3 they were going for more of a friends vibe, and then they just 180'd on that. Again, writers can do what writers can do, but I don't know, it felt like they weren't paying off the prior characterization, is how I'll say it. That's nice. That's nice. All right. Eyeball. Eyeball in there. And then eyeball in there. And then eyeball in there. Eyeball in there. Eyeball in there. Alright. Let's smooth it all out. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit of smoothing. Massage. 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 Massage this down. We'll probably come in with some tools. Sometimes you gotta just trust the process, guys. Now I see the eyes. Yeah, you gotta trust the process sometimes. It's, sometimes things look weird until they don't. Alright, 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 alright. Do I go for eyelids? I don't know. I got enough clay. I could probably shape it up a little bit. There we go. Oh no. It's just filling in. It's just filling. Oh no, I ruined this one. I say trust the process, and then the process got me killed. No, no, no. Okay. Alright. Alright, 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 alright. Let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can salvage this one. There we go. Eyeball. Let's see if we can wrap a lid over it. I could. There we go. Oh, no. Hold on. Okay. Trust the process on the other guys. Scoop this out. Yep. I'm just going to take that. And we will make this into a new eye socket. Boom. What about that? Okay, I like it. I like that one. This one's a little melty. It's a little melty. Could probably just boop, 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 boop. Get some of this. There we go. There we go. Kind of, sort of eyeball shaped. Oh, I'm just messing it up. All right. Well, luckily, we're working with clay, even of the foam variety, because you can just restart. Ooh, that. No, I like like that. The other one's okay? The other ones are okay. Alright, what a little water do? We're gonna just, yeah, get this. Ooh, might be a little too smooth right there, but we can fill that in later. There we go. There we go. All right, it's starting to come together. Starting to come together. Yeah. 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 Move some of this water over here. Get some more water. Yeah. 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 I like this ridge, whatever this is. I like it. Alright. Those should be dry. I think I can get another coat of paint, but this is where we're starting on our eye board thing with Dobby teeth. Very, very Harry Potter monster book thing. God, what was that called? I can't remember. The Monster Book of Monsters? Yeah, the Monster Book of Monsters. Yeah, that's what it was called. Haha! I am a good millennial. I remembered the Harry Potter thing. Fuck rolling, but, you know. When something's part of your childhood, it is hard to shake off. Get another Sprite. And do our last bit of painting. Excuse me. That was a little, a lot of it for me, but all right, let's see. Where do we need? What do we need? I think we need here. I think we need here. And that's it for this one, actually. I think just here and here, like this area. And I think I'll forego my protective gear this time because I gotta go cook dinner. And throwing on and off the protective gear is gonna suck. And I already have to clean my airbrush after all this. Ooh. Ooh. go. Full pot. Yep. When you're crafting stuff, pro tip, always have something else that you're wanting to craft alongside it so that you have less downtime. If you're going for efficiency. If you're just crafting something for fun or what have you, then more power to you. But I try to craft multiple things at once just because it gives me stuff to do. Two, it's like, well, I want to get multiple projects done in a year, right? I don't want to just do work on one project every year and then just get it's a new year, new project. I mean, because sometimes projects take more than a year. Like I worked on one project for 18 months. That was intense. It was my first full armor that I did, and it took like 18 months. It was crazy. Alright, so this one, I think we're just gonna, I don't know, because there's like drip marks here that you can, and it's annoying me that I can't seem to cover those up. That'll do it. So it's just a discoloration and not drip, But we gotta get the bottom of this bad boy too. Oh, pot's dry. Let's see. Let's see if I can refill this one-handed. It's not looking good. Oh my god. That's genius, Joe. I didn't know that I could hang stuff there. Temporarily. Alright, let's hang it there temporarily. Fill up our pot one last time. And give this the paint job of our lives. Yeah. Oh, it's finally coming together. Ah. Finally. Finally. Right here. Why do I paint this way? I don't know. think that's everything. I think this one is actually done. Done, done. Oh god, I want to add yellow to it. What time is it? What time is it? It's so dinner time. It's so dinner time. I can't. I can't. Oh, and we just. Hold on. There we go. Ran dry. I was, I was like, I can't. I think this is done. I think this is done. But I didn't want to leave any paint in the pot because I am a perfectionist. And okay. Um, and so yeah, but I was able to finish off the pot, and we finished both of our axe handles for our base coat. Then next time we will do yellow. I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow or Wednesday for that. Um, but we will come back, get the yellow, get the browns on there, and turn that into old bone. But it was super fun. And I will, yeah, I'll see y'all next time. Alright, bye.